So Calvin omitted the fact that there's no records. That's not a problem to him. So he just want to talk to Sam and believe whatever Sam says. He doesn't want to look at the records. And if you look, and he wants to omit all the small spendings, $50 million, $200 million. $200 million is small spending. That's very convenient. He says he didn't know that Binance was a shareholder of FTX. So he invested in FTX without looking at the cap table. But he was very specific in the way he counts for a transaction 2 years ago. So that's kind of contradictory. So I think Calvin's a liar.
Hey guys, welcome back to Library of Wealth. Today we have the latest interview with co-founder and CEO of Binance, CZ, giving us an update on the latest turmoil with Kevin O'Leary's recent testimony after the collapse of FTX. CZ responds to O'Leary's deflection about Sam Bankman-Fried, as well as defend Binance's accountability as the world's largest crypto exchange. CZ tweeted yesterday, "Remember, maximum greed happens at the top, maximum fear happens at the bottom. Not financial advice, just stating a fact." During his testimony this week, O'Leary was pressed on his paid FTX ambassadorship and his defense of Sam Bankman-Fried days before his arrest. While its bankruptcy has shed light on numerous accounting scandals, O'Leary suggested that the downfall of the exchange was spurred by Binance selling its 20% stake in the firm back to Sam Bankman-Fried in late 2021. CZ immediately fired back in defense of Binance and says that not only did Kevin O'Leary effectively lie, but he did it under oath. Let's check out the latest interview with Binance CEO CZ as he answers questions about the stability of Binance, along with his take on Kevin O'Leary and what SBF's role was in the downfall of FTX. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content we do here on this channel. Let's get right into the video.
First of all, I think Calvin O'Leary, he's making a bunch of nonsense claims, and they don't make sense. They don't make any logic. He shouldn't be making those claims as a celebrity investor. I'm actually very surprised that he's able to omit a lot of different things and make some really specific targeted things. For example, in that interview with you guys, that in the same interview, he said the entire record from his account on FTX, the entire records are gone. He's not concerned about that. He just picks up the phone and calls SBF. He's not concerned about the fact that the platform records for users are gone. He's not concerned about other users. How many people can pick up the phone and call SBF? And he says he was talking with SBF up until the point that SBF was arrested.
Yeah,
that's an indicator of a very special relationship. I think he's lying about a bunch of stuff. So that's his problem. To us, we want to be transparent. We want to set the golden standard for reliability, solidness in this space.
Do it.
In 21, Sam Bankman-Fried said that he bought you out, your stake in the company. I imagine he transferred funds to you, likely somewhere between $2 and $3 billion. Is that right?
I remember it was $2.1 billion at the time, and a big chunk of that is in FTT tokens, which are now worthless.
So he sent you FTT tokens, and you believe that the majority of the $2.1 billion was that?
I believe it was a combination of BUSD, BNB, and FTT. I don't know the exact combination now, but it's probably about, I don't remember exactly, but FTT is a big chunk. And that's why we still had even after the FTT price dropped over the last year, we still had $500 million worth of it, $580 million worth of it on the day when we transferred from the address we received a year and a half ago. We never touched it. We actually kind of forgot about it. And then we transferred it on the blockchain from that address we received to Binance.com, and that got picked up by the community. So in this industry, everything is very transparent. The well-run crypto exchanges should hold user assets one-to-one. So user deposit Bitcoin, we hold it in Bitcoin, we move to a cold wallet, we keep some in the hot wallet. And people, they sell it, now the Bitcoin belongs to somebody else, but we still hold it in the cold storage. People can withdraw 100% of the assets they have on Binance. We will not have an issue in any given day. So 100% of the users withdraw 100% of the assets, we'll be fine. This is very different for traditional financial people to understand because banks run on fractional reserves. And the traditional regulators, many of them may think that it's okay for crypto businesses to be running on fractional reserves. That is not okay. In crypto, there's no central bank printing money to bail out banks when there's a liquidity crunch. So crypto businesses have to hold user assets one-to-one. And that's what we do. It's very simple. So number one is we do the auto conversion into BUSD, which is not issued by us, which is not the exchange dollar. It's actually issued by a New York DYF licensed entity, Paxos. So the reserves are in New York. It's a stable coin. The problem we had before is we have many different types of stable coins on Binance. And Bitcoin trades against USDC, Bitcoin trades against BUSD and the USDT, there's TUSD, there's a bunch of other things. And then it's very difficult for users to find the best price. So we said, okay, they're all stable coins and they should convert 1-to-1. So let's combine all of them into one so that the users just they want to buy Bitcoin, they go to Bitcoin BUSD and they find it. On the deposit and withdrawal, we do the conversion. We have channels to convert them 1-to-1, but the channels we have actually have to go through a bank, because to convert from BUSD to USDC, we have to sell BUSD into US dollars, cash in a bank, move it to a different bank account, and then buy USDC at a different institution. That day, we had more users trying to buy or trying to deposit BUSD and withdrawing USDC. And we ran out of that. And the bank that does the conversion doesn't open until 6 hours later. And that's a bank in New York. So we were actually blocked. This issue was actually caused by a bank. So stablecoin is the only one we convert. Every other asset, people deposit Bitcoin, we hold Bitcoin. People deposit Ethereum, we hold Ethereum.
Right. Unlike FTX, who had to halt withdrawals when customers panicked over questions about its solvency, CZ assures users that all assets are protected. From Monday through Wednesday, $6 billion washed out of the exchange, according to Binance. Approximately $1.1 billion was withdrawn on Tuesday alone. However, CZ dismissed the outrush of cash as business as usual for Binance, and they've seen this before.
In terms of the credibility of Binance, you disclosed that Binance holds about $60 billion of crypto assets. But thus far, you haven't disclosed your liabilities. And I wonder why that is and whether you will.
Yeah, so we are working with firms to do the audited financials, liabilities, etc. Very simply, Binance does not owe people money. Binance does not have loans from other companies, from other funds. We just don't have it. You can ask any fund in the ecosystem. You can ask any VC. We actually also do not have VC investments, so we don't owe anybody any money. And we also do not have loans to other people that we depend on for our next payroll. So we are very simple, very self-contained type of organization, and we manage our cash very simply. So that's very, very different from the FTX situation, where people who are hurt by FTX are now worried about everybody else, and they were defending FTX before, but that's why they have money on FTX. So, but just because they're bitten by one snake doesn't mean that every other animal is the same. Look, the FTX gone through a gap audit, and that firm got a lot of reputational hit right now, and because FTX went down, so people are edgy. People are, very, very edgy about their reputations, etc. So, and we are now much more transparent than traditional financial businesses. Interestingly, many audit firms are kind of scared to work with crypto businesses. They don't want to, there are a few audit firms that audited FTX, and they got burned because they give the stamp of approval. And I don't know how they did the audits, but the audits don't reveal every problem.
After previous auditors halted services to the crypto industry and rushing to find a replacement, Binance has already reached out to multiple auditors, including the Big Four accounting firms, only to be told no. This week, O'Leary speculated that regulators start looking at Binance as they continue probing FTX. After he testified this week that Binance was the entity that put FTX out of business, he says that there were other reasons besides just eliminating a competitor. What do you think about the recent back and forth between CZ and Kevin O'Leary? And what do you think the next phase in the investigation into SBF will reveal? Comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Library of Wealth. We'll see you in the next video.